Jack Leach produced the best figures of his fledgling career, but Warwickshire held out for a dramatic draw in their latest LV County Championship match against Somerset at Taunton, their last pair blocking out the final 21 overs of the game. The final day began with Warwickshire on 144 for 3 in their second innings, needing an unlikely 371 more runs to win, but more realistically needing to bat all day to save the match. To that end, the morning session went well for them, although Somerset were close to taking wickets on a few occasions, this incident typical of the first hour. Varun Chopra got away with that, and after half an hour of the morning, he converted his overnight 81 to a solid 100. It arrived off his 157th delivery, but he knew the job was only half done. He received excellent support from Laurie Evans, who took an hour to score his first boundary, a sure sign that Warwickshire only had the draw in their minds. Leach, who claimed all 3 wickets on the previous evening, again looked the most likely man to bowl his side to victory, although Chopra did get away with an edge off Alfonso Thomas, which Craig Keyswetter just failed to cling on to behind the stumps. 75 minutes in and Somerset finally got their man, Leach bowling Chopra around his legs on the sweep. He departed for 108 at 194 for 4, with 76 overs still left in the day. It was crucial for the visitors that they didn't lose another wicket before lunch, and Evans and Tim Ambrose saw to that. This was a real test for Somerset's mostly inexperienced attack, which included the 21-year-old Leach and the Overton twins, who both turned 19 just before this season got underway. They all huffed and puffed but couldn't blow the Warwickshire house down before lunch, which was taken with the Bears 4 down. Ambrose wasn't content with just blocking as the afternoon moved on. If runs were on offer, he took them, scoring plenty of boundaries along the way. Somerset knew by now that they couldn't lose, so there were attacking fields in force, which allowed Ambrose room for his runs. He moved to an elegant 50-45 minutes after lunch, soon followed by Evans. These two used up a vital 27 overs, but Somerset's chance of winning were renewed when on 65 Ambrose tried to turn a ball from Jamie Overton to leg, but edged it high up with James Hildreth scampering back to take a good catch. That left Warwickshire on 296 for 5 with 51 overs still left. Leach was then unlucky not to see the back of Chris Woakes before he'd got going. No matter it seemed, because Evans' long vigil was ended by Jamie Overton after 3.5 hours, leaving it to the more experienced Woakes and Ricky Clark to steady the slowly sinking ship. These shots from Woakes were, for now, preventing any more water from coming on board. But another hole opened up for them with 28 overs to go when Woakes, with 42 runs under his belt, lost his off stump to Jamie Overton, who looked as if he might be the man to bowl his side to victory. Indeed, perhaps Somerset would have won had Leach won this appeal for leg before against Clark, a man who was to play a crucial role in the last session. Leach did claim his maiden 5-wicket haul, though, when Jitan Patel was given out after some thought, Marcus Trescothick taking the catch at slip. But this was the major moment of this fascinating and thrilling day of county cricket, Clark edging Jamie Overton but being spilled in the slips by Hildreth. To be fair, in spite of that, Clark was magnificent, struggling with an injury which had limited him to just 6 overs in Somerset's second innings. He was taking hits in the head to protect his team. But it appeared as if his efforts would be in vain when Alfonso Thomas removed Chris Wright for a duck, leaving last man Oliver Hannon-Dolby to do everything he could to protect his wicket. Somerset didn't help themselves at times. Clark was given another life as we moved into the final hour of this compelling contest. Alvaro Peterson, the guilty man this time. But Somerset thought they'd won it when Jamie Overton appeared to have found the edge of Hannon-Dolby's bat. They could hardly believe that the finger didn't go up. It was heads in hands all round, but they just had to get on with it. Overton went back to his mark and now produced a delivery that did everything but shave the off stump. Coolly watching all of this at the non-striker's end was Clark, who now got to his match-saving 50 with a glorious cover drive. So past 6 o'clock we went, and Somerset had just a couple of overs to get that wicket. Hannon-Dolby, though, dug in, as did Clark, surrounded by every Somerset player. So to the final ball, which was taken in the body by Hannon-Dolby, who made himself a hero by surviving for 62 balls to see his side home. In doing so, Warwickshire actually recorded the highest fourth innings total in their history of 427 for 9, the last pair putting on 51 in 21 overs and 1 ball of incredibly tense cricket. So the home side had to make do with 11 points as they now take a break from the championship. Warwickshire, who took 6 points from this game, head to Hove on Wednesday.